And a bit more Choked by aggressive expansion or by alliances, no matter which way I look at things. Tuscany would join in with your war. Holland, Trier and Riga are not something I fear though. I could always open up the Livonian Order for a bit of smacking about, because they're heretical to all these Protestants that are getting in my way. Also, let's hear it for the Danes actually managing to convert a province or two. Well, Hoyland was always mine, but nice job. Nice job. Maybe the Danes aren't so bad. Greetings from California. Why, thank you, Historian. Okay, I'm just eyeing up this opportunity to stab Livonian Order horrendously. Wouldn't have much time to do it, but if we went for Poland and destroyed them, I could then strike Livonian Order while the Russian is busy with Poland. I'd have to strike hard and fast and get lots of war score though. Holland, Trier and Riga. Man, Riga. It's always Riga, isn't it? I have to remember as well that my units are garbage. Also, no, I have an even better idea. The Russians shall get exhausted from this war. So I decree, and so it shall be. Can you guys just drop them off at the nearest port, preferably? Yeah, preferably so you don't take the daily, the monthly at sea attrition. It's go time, get ready for war. That said, the Russians will do the majority of the lifting here. We'll get the Memel and whatever this place is called, all forted up. Heck, we'll get all the forts on the go. Paying my troops, no problem. How is Ragusa doing, Jake? Saying just fine and dandy. Safe under the guarantee of the Otto Turk. Bloomin' Livonian Order keep giving me reason to hate them. Okay, so Poland took all that land, but they did not build forts. Russia is going to destroy them. And, why do I have a claim on no tech? I think I got that through some kind of event. But yeah, I would quite like this province as well as all other concerns. One question is, do I want to force my religion on you whilst we're doing this whole warring business? I think I will, and your desire to be free will be gone soon. So I'm going to get that claim. And I'll claim no tech too, because I'm a monster sometimes. Pirates in my Lubeck. Jake, start integrating Denmark before you start the war. That is part of the plan. We're not in a hurry to pull the trigger unless, of course, Russia decide they have some better things to do. They don't, but they might think they do. So we'll hang out in these woods for a little bit. I'm kind of wishing I had a few more cannons. So, you know, when you have a wish, make it come true. That'll take me up to 8 cannons. It'll also burn a hole in my pocket. But that's okay. We are more than ready for that. Hold on, the reason we're going to be going for this quite soon is because Tuscany's in trouble. Listen to yourself sometimes. Come on, Scotland. Almost there. Jake, how's that Otto Scum alliance going? Haven't even been considering it for a while, but no. They rivaled Russia. Guess they didn't keep their trust high enough. I'll be happy when you're finished as well, jeez. Okay, so we no longer have an angry Scotland. Let's make an angry Scotland. Let's force them to be Norse. It's going to take a long time for that to go away. But that's kind of funny, isn't it? We'll see if they gain any support. So we can start getting Denmark inside of us in a few months, and then it's time for Poland to fry. Hopefully while Tuscany is still getting bum rushed. Would the prepare for war diplo action be worth it with Russia? No, not at all. They're only too happy to join in. I have plenty of favours and trust with them, and I'll be getting yet more favours with them for this war. So this gives time for my cannon army to be prepared, for me to fall into a bit of debt as well, but that's acceptable at this point. And I have a free diplomat. Why? What am I meant to be doing with you? Beats me. Jake, did you change culture or religion of the Scots? You can't do change culture through vassalage. You need a personal union for that. But I enforced religion upon the Scots to turn them into Norse. Now they are not going to be able to convert this province, and in all likelihood they're going to have an uprising, a rebellion here, which is kind of funny. Be a complete waste of my time if they get converted, but I just wanted them to be Norse. And I wanted to do it earlier so that this would have a chance to tick away. Very, very slowly, but it will tick away. And I can agitate its ticking by spending my prestige. Not going to do that right now because the prestige will be marginally useful for this war that I'm about to fight and get destroyed in because my troops are garbage. So at the turn of the month, assuming the Danes have good relations with me, which they do. Oof, goodbye Diplo power. Jake, export the Marsfin dynasty into Scotland. There's only so much I can do to my poor little... Oh, no, I could do it. Another 25 Liberty Desire, just what I'm sure they were after. Could give you the claim on the Highlands, but you already have a core, so I decree that to be worthless. There we go. This is going to take forever. But it'll come sooner if we start it now, so at least it's going up by a base of 4, plus whatever I can get from diplomatic reputation, which essentially isn't there for my country because my legitimacy is tanked. Overextension isn't helping things, and as much as I would love the advisor, I really need to have that better relations over time guy. He's more important to prevent the coalitions. Put a guinea pig on a Scottish throne. The things you people say to me. So there's no point having good relations with Scotland because they really want to kill me anyway. Hopefully they don't get any kind of backing. I also need to be quite careful that they don't collapse to rebels, so I kind of need to be on guard, but the Russians are not at war. The Poles' friends are actually kind of plentiful. But I can bring in Saxony. The wonderful thing about Saxony is they're utterly rubbish, but they'll still follow me to the ends of the earth. And I kind of like that about them. So yes, Saxony will get involved. They don't care about land, but I call them in anyway. Same with Russia. No point making anybody else a co-belligerent, and we'll just go time, get ready for war. I'm going to make it my claim on no tech. And we'll just do it. We'll have a ball. And that has ended Tuscany's status as Defender of the Faith. Conquer Goldingen. I like gold. I want to conquer Goldingen. Maybe I can make it my mission. But then there's also the idea of trouncing England in this war as long as they're not too friendly with Russia. I want to keep my options open at the moment, to be honest. Probably should have put Scotland on scutage. Now I just saw an enormous stack of enemies over there. I did not like what I just saw. Hopefully Saxony can take care of it. But we'll be ready to help them out. Holy smokes, those were a few guys. But everybody's high and more than willing to put in the good fight. Oh well. We'll keep a close eye on the situation. I get the feeling that Saxony is doomed, but they always are. And I leave this fighting to Russia. That's the thing, there's no forts to worry about, so I'm sure they'll be okay. It's also worth wondering about the military technology of people that I'm fighting. Munster, for example, are at 14. Even if my armies are dreadful, I should be able to make a good punch against them. Trier is also at 14. This gives us an excellent opportunity to rout out these fairly pathetic players. Munster bring more to the party, but Trier is a little quicker to bring down to their knees. And I do like bringing people down to their knees. Jake, you should help Saxony form Germany. Let's not get carried away here. Although I will quite happily help Saxony take down these fellows in Munster. Munster and Trier working together. Saxony at Tech 16, so they know what's up. Of course he attached to me, because I told him to. Clever cookie. We got a 3-3-3 here. I reckon we got what it takes. Although I'm not very happy about sending my units in to die. When would I ever be happy about that? But it looks like we have the flank, so I'm chuffed to bits with that. I'm going to get my units down south to help out, because it's a reasonable chance that Trier is going to run back to their homelands. They do not, but it was worthwhile sending an attachment down here anyway, because I can go and ravage their fort. And like I always say, it's like eating your greens. Get your 10s to 1s. Well, that was no 10 to 1. They actually arrived in a inopportune way for me, but I'll take it. All the while, I am fairly confident things will go just swimmingly here. If only I had my maritime ideas, though. Then I'd show them who's boss. Nice, we took the castle. So, look at them go. Is that the terrifying enemy generals at it again? You know, Russia, for being so large, is fairly underperforming. Could be that I invited them in at 13 tech here. Moldavia enjoys 14, and Riga probably 15. Well, we'll be okay. We'll get these jokers out of the war. 8 cannons, huh? There are better places that you could be, like on this fort. I don't have my siege guy anymore, but... we'll get our tech, and away you go. Because I don't want to be sitting on that attrition, that's not my style. Jake Munster has level 4 fort. It's alright, they all fall in the end. Something in the end doesn't really matter. Disease outbreaks matter though. My manpower is pretty garbage. A good part of that down to, oh hello, I wonder if you're going to hit these guys up. It would be the smart thing for you to do. That would make you a clever bloody cookie is what it would do. Yeah, he's going for castle. I wonder what he... oh, he's probably after the Brandenburgs. That makes sense as well. But these forts will... See what I mean? Me and light ships just don't get on. I don't have the... what's it called? Intelligence to deal with them. But this is what I want. I just... 6 military. He is a diplomat. My left foot, that man is a diplomat. Friesland, eh? Remember when the Netherlands declared independence? Me neither. Alright, these aren't my troops, they're Saxons, so I'm more than happy for them to be thrown into the meat grinder. Saxony has that half-decent general as well, which I can really get behind. And this allows me to go for his capital, which will scare the bejesus out of the man. I mean, I'd be only too happy for you to stroll into the woods and play with me, but you have to die, my friend. It's for the economy. And that's what the Ideas guy is. It's pretty much an economy game. Get your economy as pimped up as possible. Oh, he's going for Friesland. This could be a wipe for us. Allows us to take out the pesky Avignon as well. No, he's going for Utrecht. The name inspires what he shall be. Get Utrecht. It's lovely because it's not really my troops that are bleeding here. This is why I invited Saxony to the party. Nae bad. Nae bad at all. I should keep a hawk eye on this, but I'm really not. Jake, I get the feeling looting and taking money is more your type of trading. Please, there's no dishonesty in what I do. Alright, you will not be able to run far. Well, some of you could run further than others. Wait, what? Hell no, boats. Hell, you stay where you are. Are you running to someone else that's in the war? Or just generally being a pain in the bum? Ah, just being a pain in the bum, I see. That old tried and tested technique. Well, Munster are more or less out of this space race. Once the capital falls, and it will when I get my enormous amount of cannons on the case, they'll be out of here. Trier could probably fall out right now, but I want to take a thing or two from them, so that's why I'm happy to get... Ah, of course they had an occupied province over there. Defender against Munster, but that won't involve Russia. Russia. How I want to not have you involved in all this. I will enjoy some looting. Makes me feel better about myself. And we'll get my my large number of units out of there because I don't want to be sitting around taking attrition when I don't have to. Much like these guys, they don't have to. Get out of there. Does leave the cannons to be very easy targets, but of course I am DDR Hawkeyes, Jake. I'll keep a close eye on those troops over there. I'll do anything but. So there we go. That's the last we'll see and hear of Munster in this war. Taking all the money. Taking those war reparations. Could even throw out a vassal or two, but I really wonder what's the point. Weakening Munster is a reasonable reason. But the thing is, I have no reason to expand in this area at the moment. Yes, well, actually no, I can see no reason. I might want Friesland, if it'll help me get in and around this area, but the aggressive expansion is just so ludicrously high, up to 57 with any one nation for doing that. So I'd rather just tell you, you have no significant friends. Nothing says significant like Tuscany. Then again, I could help out Saxony here and get some favour with them. Saxony has been a long friend, and that corps on Potsdam isn't going anywhere anytime soon. So why don't I help make Saxony a monster? Not too much of a monster now. I don't want him... A little too much, you say? Well, they'll have to deal with just Castle then. Or Hessen, since it's a little better. Oof. Some people. Think of all that juicy channel trade. You need Holland for that. Yes, but I am limited by my aggressive expansion, sadly. Even if this is bad ideas, guy, I am bound by the reality of the situation. Now let's get everybody out of there. Saxony... I wasn't all that tickled by it, to be honest. Thought they'd be more impressed. Ah, of course, it wasn't the main peace deal, so they wouldn't give a flying hoot about that. Seems our friends are on the move. Not Trier, though. He's sitting there looking a little annexed. Avignon, though. Joke nation. And wait. Oligarchic republic. The jokes don't end. Not anytime soon, at least. So, gotta hand it to Brandenburg. They're doing what they can over in no tech. This is a situation I can be happy enough with. Soon the walls of Trier will fall, and I'll be able to take even more juicy recompense out of them. To be honest, I could probably... Nope, still not enough to get what I want. And I want money, fame, power. Lubeck doing all kinds of crazy jazz. I'm being crazy by not establishing my claims against Sweden. I really want Helsingland. The funny thing is Scotland are going nowhere, so I don't even have to worry about this. Unless they were to get a particularly large rebellion. I want it all. But that artillery fire +1 is super tempting. Oh, actually this is all good. It's troubling because Diplotech is what I need to stop these vassals of mine getting out of hand. So I will probably have to go for the Diplotech cost reduction. That pains me, that really does pain me. Get it on the cheap. And there we go. Farewell, Trier. But you can survive so long as you give me all your money. And... yeah, what the heck's up with Avignon? You get out of here. Heck, you have no friends. You have no right to have friends. Actually, I would love to give another province over to Saxony, see how they feel about it all. So with that in mind, why don't I just leave you there? I doubt I'll be able to take 100% from you on your own. So we'll just leave you as you are. I'm a nice guy. Jake, how about the League War? The League War is so incredibly unlikely to fire based on... oh, well, actually, it's fleshed out a bit. I could take some sides here. Why in the world are they both shortcut escape? I'll have to deal with that one later. Oh, I never did get that tech, did I? Let's grab it. I was waiting for the turn of the year, like a smart cookie. And we'll go for some chambered demi-cannon. And I'm not even going to wait for it to get their morale back. Well, it couldn't hurt to wait one bit. Morale damage is based on maximum morale, so... Alright, the Ottomans have started to westernize again. They must have failed before, but they have not exactly shattered into teeny tiny pieces. Be gone. Just look at my awful morale. But composition saved me there. Well, that and, you know, incredible numerical advantage. But the only reason you can have numerical advantage is because you play well with your economy. Riga. arch nemesis Riga. Can't trust them at all. What are you guys doing there? Better places for you to be. Oh. I wonder if you can slaughter them. That would be kind of funny. Wasn't worth the men. Jake, which nation has the best ideas? Why, Greater Denmark, of course. Are you blind? Okay, I no longer want my vassals to attach to me. I want to have them go out and do what they do best. Russia has been soaking up the damage here like a champ. Or a chump, whichever you prefer. So I'm thinking I will give these provinces to Saxony when it comes to it. No particular reason. Heck, it's not like I'm even in here for much on my own. But I do want to strike the Livonian Order. Only Holland would protect them, and only just. Holland are enjoying a siege that's going fairly well, and once it is taken, I doubt they'll even join in. Finally, my chance to go and take from the Livonian Order will be upon me. I should get into position for that. Memel does not quite have the support for me, but we'll work on that. Hello Jake, booting up poor Ireland again. I haven't beat up Ireland once in this entire session. Now you mention it, converting Irish out of the game. Well, you sowed the seed in my head. Ooh. Right, if you're going to do something worthwhile with your life, Brandenburg, siege up this place with a made-up name for me. Reykjavik. You have nothing to contribute. Give me some men. The very idea that you could press 600 fighting men out of Reykjavik. Laughable. But it is so. Now the Livonian Order, when I do go for them, and I'm ready to go for them. This actually could be troublesome now. Russia and the Ottomans. Oh well, doesn't have to be my business if I don't want it to be. Truly blind, mistaking Poland for Ireland. It could happen. I could believe it. Grand Banks fisheries killing the price of fish even further. Oh my days, look like Holland have finally managed to strike back. Maybe I should just take the plunge right now, since Holland are a little in a pickle, and they probably don't have much to throw at the situation as it is. H for Holland. Yep, I know my alphabet. Well, they still have 19k to throw at the situation, but all they need to do is take out another expensive loan. And it's high time for the... Oh, okay. Or maybe they will peace out. Oh, no, it's looking good for them. Mind you, they are busy. I mean, what's this war that's going on? Lubeck conquering Saxe-Luxembourg, but that's not all, is it? Frankfurt and Saxony. Yeah, they can probably keep the fighting going for a wee bit more. The real fear here is that I go to war and then Russia join in with Livonian Order. Like they swiftly peace out of this war. But that might not happen because there's still quite a bit of fighting to be done. And Russia is still high on the war fumes. Those forts will take a long time to siege down. A very long time to siege down.